Actually, speaking of Trumpers, I have a good clip here. I want to play this. This is from the Good Liars. They do some really good stuff. So they interview a Trump supporter and ask her, who would you rather have as president, Joe Biden or Vladimir Putin? So what's important to understand here, right, is it's a simple question. We can all, like, guess the answer. I want everyone in the chat to guess 30 seconds from now. Guess, like, you know, where the Joe Biden or Vladimir Putin, how is she going to answer this question? Let's watch.
Who would you rather have president, Joe Biden or Vladimir Putin?
Oh, Putin. Definitely.
And why is that?
I believe he's been given a tough...
So she glitches.
Since World War II.
So, okay. So she starts off, he's been given a tough, and then she glitches. She's like, oh, fuck, I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying.
And why is that?
I believe he's been given a tough, since World War II, Russia's been the bad guy, when in actuality the Nazis left Germany and they ended up going to the Ukraine, coming in here. George Bush was actually, thank you, George Bush was actually a Nazi.
Who would you...
Thank you. George Bush was actually a Nazi. Thank you. George Bush was actually a Nazi.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. Now that part, that sounds pretty woke. That sounds really woke. Now, first of all, is she talking about, like, George Bush's family? Because George Bush's family gained a lot of prominence by working with Nazis. So, in a way, she's right. But, like, what the hell? Like, okay, Vladimir Putin or Joe Biden, 30 seconds later, George Bush actually is a Nazi. I mean... I'm just going to play this whole clip again.
Who would you rather have president, Joe Biden or Vladimir Putin?
Oh, Putin. Definitely.
And why is that?
I believe he's been given a tough... since World War II, Russia's been the bad guy, when in actuality the Nazis left Germany and they ended up going to the Ukraine, coming in here. George Bush was actually... Thank you. George Bush was actually a Nazi.
Who would you rather...
Now, I would go as far as to say that she is also a Nazi. So my question is, like, why don't you support George Bush? You're a Nazi. He's a Nazi. Putin's a Nazi. Yeah, we have a Nazi problem in this country and in this world. That's a problem. Then all the Nazis weren't like, yo, let's go to the Ukraine. Which, by the way, like, okay, so the Nazis went to the Ukraine, which at the time was, you know, it was Soviet Union, which is the country that beat the Nazis. So they all went to the but they all stayed in the Ukraine and didn't go to other members of the Soviet Union. They all stayed in the Ukraine, waiting, having kids, having future generations, waiting until the Ukraine breaks apart from the Soviets so that they can make a Nazi... I mean, like, maybe, but, like, also, Nazis are everywhere. They're in Russia. They're in the United States. I mean, in her opinion, George, we had presidents who were Nazis. I agree with that. Trump, also a Nazi. But, I don't know, man. Like, that's the thing, is you ask these people a question... and they have, like, a reflexive anti-Biden attitude, right? So it's like they reflexively go like, oh, yeah, Putin. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Biden sucks. Let's go, Brandon. Putin. Yeah. And then they realize in their brain, they're like, wait a second. Why? Like, they don't expect the person to say, well, why, Putin? So then they go, Putin is, Russia, World War II, and George Bush is Nazi. Let's go, Brandon. Like, Wow. Wow. Just wow.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Anyway.